The Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2017 SHOT Show is sponsored by Thrunite flashlights and Hawg holsters. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2017 SHOT Show. I'm here with Paul from Nite Ize, and I'm sure you recognize Nite Ize from some of my previous videos, and you probably got a lot of their gear already. I'm going to take a look at 3 new items they've got out for the year that I think are really cool and I know you'll like. So first of all, Paul, thanks for taking time to talk.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for stopping by.
What do we got to look at today?
So we've got about 35 new items. We're going to look at 3. The first item we're going to look at is this new headlamp. It's called the Anova STS Power Switch by Nite Ize. It's 280 lumens. And the reason why it's called Power Switch, and I'm going to show you it in a sec here, is that it has a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, but you can also switch the power source to 3 AAA batteries as well. So if we take a look at this light here, the light uses our what we call swipe-to-shine technology. Swipe-to-shine technology allows you to swipe the face here, okay, to change the settings on the light. So it's super simple to use, red right, and then white in the other direction. Now with this, like I said, you can switch the power source on here. So this is the lithium-ion battery. This headlamp is totally waterproof because there's no outlet for the for charging. It's on the battery itself. Okay, so that makes a headlamp waterproof, and it's waterproof as in submersible. You can submerge this up to a meter for 30 minutes. So
IPX7?
IPX7. So that just snaps in, or you just pull it out if you wanted to drop in the AAA batteries on this light here. Also, you might want to drop this into your pack. You don't want it obviously to accidentally come on, right? So I'm going to cover both the sensors with my finger. It blinks red. I slide my finger across that once. Now, if something hits it and it's in my pack, it's not going to come on, drain the battery. And to take it out of the what we call lockout mode, you do exactly the opposite. Cover the sensors, blinks white, and now I flip it into whatever mode I want. The other cool thing about this light, it has what's called an infinity dim. So I can set my finger on here. Hopefully you can see this. It kind of blinks at the bottom, blinks at the top. I can take my finger off at whatever power level I want. I can keep adjusting it to the perfect power level to whatever I'm doing with the headlamp.
And I like the swipe technology because you don't have to feel around for a light.
Exactly.
And all that.
Yeah, and this is a little new interface. I don't know if you noticed that. It's got some bumps on the top. It's a little more intuitive for folks to use than the original one that was smooth.
You can kind of feel it, but you don't have to hit it exactly.
Pretty cool.
Exactly.
Cool. So waterproof, 280 lumens on here. Battery life on this, everything is on the back here. So in the high mode, okay, in white, battery is 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Pretty good.
Most people aren't going to use it in the high mode. I use this headlamp a lot. I usually turn it on, immediately dim it down a little bit. So in the low mode, it's going to be over 76 hours. Wow. So good battery run time on that. So the second item that we're going to look at here then, Alex's team, is the Mega Gear Ties. Hopefully everyone is familiar with gear ties. It's the ultimate MacGyver tool. I hear MacGyver's back on TV. We make about 100 different colors, configurations of these. But this is truly the mega one. It's twice the thickness of a standard gear tie. What's cool about that is you can tie down heavier things with it. Things like water jugs or propane tanks or coolers, so that they're not sliding around. With a standard gear tie, if you're going to make a loop out of it, you're going to basically have to do like a hangman's loop like this, but feel the stiffness on that. You can make a kind of a hook out of that. You can hang something pretty heavy off of that without having to go through making the hangmans on this. This is a 32-inch length here. We also make this in 64-inch and 3 colors. This is the neon yellow, making it orange and black as well.
So for like any viewers my age, this is like Gumby on steroids. You young guys won't get that.
So Nite Ize has been in the tie-down business for a long time. And we have a cam tie-down that is twice the thickness, twice the strength of a standard tie-down. Most standard tie-downs are 300 pounds. Ours is 700 pounds. This is a new version. It's called a dual cam. It's amazing that no one has actually made something like this previously. It's brand new. And what's cool about this is that if I have an 18-foot tie-down, it's really only 9 feet because it has to be in a loop, right? So you can't use the full length of the webbing. So with this, I can use almost the full length of the webbing, as well as I can still make my own tie-downs with it. It's a zinc alloy, and here's how it's going to work. I'm going to use an example of tying up a hammock to a tree. Okay, so we sell these buckles on their own, 600-pound working load limit on the buckle itself, or we sell these in 12 foot with 12 feet and 18 feet of webbing. Okay, so let's say you're going to tie your hammock up. The webbing that we sell with these has a loop in the end, has 4 climbing strength bar tacks. What I'm going to do, loop this around the tree. Okay, so I'm going to loop it around the tree like this, and then I'm going to take the camming mechanism here, and I'm going to feed it through. I can adjust this wherever I want on the webbing. I'm going to feed this through the carabiner on my hammock, feed that up and through. Now check this out. I'm using virtually the full length of webbing. It's not in a loop, okay? And I can adjust this however I'd like, in whichever direction I'd like.
You can essentially create a second loop on the other one.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, if I did want to make a tie down with this, I could easily do that if I wanted to make a traditional tie down, and all I would do is you go ahead and hold this end here. I'm going to feed this through. Again, you can see how easy it is. It's super simple. All I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it around through here. Okay. And now I have just created standard tie down. Okay. So very strong, very versatile. You can virtually use the full length of the webbing. Okay. But you can also make typical and traditional tie downs and something like this. So for somebody that really wants to hold something that's expensive on the roof of their car or pickup bed of their truck, this is a great way to do that. Yeah, so it's a different one versus the ones that have the buckle sewn on to the webbing. Now, there's great uses for that as well. We just think that this is pretty cool and much more versatile.
Which is one of the things we talked about with Rick last year, that one thing Nite Ize is really great at, I think, is just creating innovative, versatile products. And I've got so many of your S-meters. I use for so many different things. And it's not like the super complicated product. It's just like, it just plain works. It's simple and it's very effective.
And that's accurate. People ask me, what are those S-meters designed for? What are gear ties specifically designed for? It's like they're not really designed for anything specific. Whatever you want to use them for, use your imagination. They're handy and have a million uses. They literally have a million uses.
Paul, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. We'll be taking a closer look at some Nite Ize stuff later this year. And also, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose coverage of the 2017 SHOT Show. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I would like to take just a minute to thank Thrunite Flashlights and Hawg Holsters for sponsoring this coverage of the 2017 SHOT Show. I got to tell you, I bought my first Thrunite flashlight about 3 years ago. It was the TN12 version, I remember. I was really impressed with the quality of that flashlight,
and I've since developed a relationship with Thrunite and reviewed a lot of their gear. I just really think they do a great job of providing exceptional value in really cutting edge flashlight technology. My current everyday carry flashlight I've been carrying for, I don't know, at least a year is the TC12, which is kind of like the rechargeable version of the TN12. I highly recommend this. They've actually got a new version coming out I'll be doing a review on soon, but this is an excellent flashlight. I think if you're looking for a really high quality, high value flashlight, you can't go wrong with a Thrunite. They just really have impressed me with the level of value that they provide in a really nice flashlight. They're also kind enough, by the way, as you can see, to hook me up with this really cool shirt. I'd also like to thank John over at Hawg holsters. John makes these really nice puller in the waistband Kydex holsters. This is the carbon fiber bling model, which feature the ulti-clip retention system, which I really like. As I said before, this is absolutely my go-to holster, the best holster I've ever used, so I highly encourage you to go check them out too. But anyway, once again, I will put links to Thrunite flashlights and Hawg holsters below. I think they are both excellent examples of the kind of companies that I can feel 100% confident in recommending to you, because not only do I use them every day in my own life, but I just think they are very good stuff. So once again, thanks to both Thrunite flashlights and Hawg holsters for sponsoring this coverage of the 2017 SHOT Show. And as always, thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video with all your friends. Thank you so very much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.